Welcome back to my channel. The subject for today's discussion is what lies beyond. Basically, I have uploaded many a video uh, explaining the secrets behind the pyramid in Chichen Itza. This is the pyramid. So, this pyramid has basically 9 steps, each having basically nine stories. If you call each of these as stories, this one, like, then each story has 13 steps, 9 stories and 13 steps. So, and there's one more thing I wanted to discuss. This is the $1 bill of US. Uh, let me show you clearly. And surprisingly, you find a pyramid here, which has this pyramid has basically 13 steps again. 13 steps. The difference being the Chichen Itza pyramid has 9 steps, 9 stories, each having 13 steps. Here we have 13 steps. So what we can, these two are, otherwise these two are very much similar in the sense, I will go back to my this. This is the Chichen Itza pyramid. The pyramid here, the uppermost portion of the pyramid is not complete, in the sense there is a capstone missing here. There are 13 steps here. Basically 9 stories, and each having 13 steps. And this is again left open, right, to the skies. Similarly, the dollar bill also has 13 steps, meaning, so then I wondered whether these two are connected. So I came up with my own explanation for this. Let me show you one thing here. Here, if you add 4 more steps here, instead of 4 more stories here, then we will have 9 plus 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 more, that is 13 steps. You will have 13 steps here. So Chichen Itza pyramid is but a part of the pyramid shown in the dollar bill. And in the dollar bill, you also have an eye here, right? Sorry, this is the one. Yeah, an eye here, and a detached, something like a detached pyramid, small pyramid detached from this, and in which we have an eye. So, according to my theory, the eye could be like, I have always been telling about the same thing, 3 cube, 4 cube, 5 cube constitute 6 cube, and I think I have firm conviction that this eye is nothing but the 6 cube. So above these 13 planets, basically, if you look at this, the base of the pyramid here, that pyramid base will look like a square, right? And we have discussed the Indian, according to Hindu mythology, we have discussed about the 13 lokas here, right? The 14th loka being Satya Loka, which is nothing but where Brahma, heaven begins basically. So you can say here in this figure, these are the Pathalas. You can see here, Nitala, I can't even pronounce Gapastimin, Mahakaya, Satala, Patala, Burloka, Bubarloka, Sarloka, Maharloka, Jinaloka, Taparloka, and Satyaloka. So Satyaloka ends in basically in heaven. Satyaloka begins from heaven. This is Yalvat. The fallen Sophia is the 13th one, and beyond 13th one, from 14th one, we have the Satyaloka. So we discussed that earlier. So here, if you look at this thing in a similar manner, then basically these 13 steps could be considered the 13 lokas. I'm basically comparing the pyramid on the $1 bill to the Hindu mythology. According to Hindu mythology, what this universe looks like. I mean, the known universe. Never say universe, because the universe is far bigger than what the known universe. Known universe is about 4% of the entire universe. So, if you consider these as the 13 lokas and the 14th loka being this one, 14 lokas, this I could be, we have, this is the 6 cube. I have explained even earlier that 6 cube is nothing but the carbon atom. 6 is carbon's atomic number, and carbon forms 5 bonds, covalent bonds, and it forms a pyramidal structure. Carbon atom can be compared to a pyramid. So this is the pyramid we are talking about, the smaller pyramid. I'm not talking about this here. I'm talking about the upper pyramid, which is in basically the dollar note. In the dollar note, we have an upper pyramid here, right? This is the upper pyramid, and there is an eye there. So what I according to my theory, this pyramid corresponds to the basically our 6 cube. 6 cube is the I. So we can say this is the moon, 3 cube, 4 cube is sun, 5 cube is Betelgeuse, and all together it comprises 6 cube. 6 cube, or otherwise we call in Hindu mythology, it is known as, the black cube is known as Kali. Kali literally in Sanskrit means black, dark. So this is, and in other religions also, for example in Jewish religion, Yiddish religion, it is called Ein Sof, the 13th level. After the 13th level, we have the Ein Sof. Ein Sof, in my opinion, is nothing but Ion Sophia. The Ion of Sophia, that is the fallen Sophia. So now we can say, we can complete this. The lower lokas are Pathalas. If you go higher and higher, you will get the upper worlds, and somewhere here, we are somewhere here, the earth is somewhere here, Bhuloka, And if you go upper and higher, you will reach the Satyaloka. Satyaloka ends up in heaven. According to Gnostic philosophy, it is this is Sophia and this is the fallen Sophia. So fallen Sophia is Ein Sof, according to Jews, Ein Sof, and beyond Ein Sof, we have the, of course, regular angels. Angels in the sense ions, up to the one. One is supposed to be the supreme god according to Gnostic mm, uh, beliefs. So Gnostic texts. So this is the monad or the one or the source, and below monad there is of course a second ion will be mother, and third ion will be Christ. And I have explained many a time all the about the Gnostic cosmos. Okay, so but since I came across this Chichen Itza pyramid, the similarities between Chichen Itza pyramid and the dollar bill pyramid, I wanted to explain what they could mean according to my theory. So basically, this pyramid has 13 steps, and these 13 steps are nothing but the 13 lokas according to Hindu mythology, and seventh being the earth, and from there on you have seven more, and the uppermost ends up in Satyaloka or Brahmaloka, which is the wisdom, and just below that, this is the 13th stage. At the 13th stage, we have the what do you call the Ein Sof or Kali. So I think I made it very clear. I have raised this in bits and pieces in many videos, but I wanted to put it all as one in one diagram and explain what it could all mean. And then there is one more concept. Now we have the second part of the discussion is how our what do you call, we have this I will show you the here. This is every 10th class student or higher up standard 10th standard student will know what this means. This is basically Fibonacci series. Fibonacci series is a very mysterious series, and according to the esoteric experts, this is the basically what do you call the divine geometry. This is how nature, in the nature, everything follows this structure, they say. So how do we get the Fibonacci series? Fibonacci series is nothing but, let us search for Fibonacci sequence. Fibonacci sequence is nothing but, to take this diagram, here at the center you have number 1. If you add 1 again to number 1, you get 2. If you add 2 to 1, that is what I mean is if you go on adding the previous number to the next present number, you will get the next number 3. And now You add 2 to 3 and you will get 5. If you add 3 to 5, you will get 8. If you add 5 to 8, you will get 13. Similarly, this is basically the Fibonacci sequence, right? If you add 13 to 21, you will get, of course, 34, right? That is the Fibonacci sequence. But according to my theory, basically everything starts, the nature goes on developing. In Fibonacci series, we observed that there are all natural numbers, no doubt. 1 is natural number, 2 is natural number, 3 is natural number, 5 is natural, 8 is natural, 13, 21, and 34. All are natural numbers only, but they are neither squares nor cubes. So, according to me, nature prefers to take the next form, next dimension, in the sense, if some natural numbers come together, when they reach certain stage, it will take the form of a square. Let us say 1, 2, 3, 4. When 4 is reached, it becomes 2 squared, because this is basically the what we say, taking the path of least resistance in one way and occupying minimum volume is another thing. All objects, whether they are planets, they are simple objects in the in our physics or chemistry or anywhere, starting with planets, then solar systems, then galaxies, then constellations, and even beyond the whole universe. Matter or energy arranges itself in a minimum volume, in the sense it tries to contract and occupy minimum volume, right? So if you go on adding the natural numbers as in Fibonacci series, then they will not be compact, right? So what nature tries to do is, it goes on basically. I will have to show the earlier one also. Not even this, even before this I have prepared one. I need to come from scratch. From scratch I have to explain you. If you look at this, this is one cube. What I meant to say was, in Fibonacci we were adding 1 to 2 to get 3 and 2 to 3 to get 5 and the next number in Fibonacci sequence. But what I argue is, since 1 cube is also 1, so 1 will be in the form of 1 cube, not 1, the natural number 1. 2 will be 2, second one will be also be in the form of 2 cube, not just number 2. You will know where I am going with this. If when you look at this, the next step. So if you add 1 cube and 2 cube, you will get 3 squared, right? I was talking about not just natural numbers, but their squares and cubes wherever possible come into the build structure of the universe. So 1 cube and 2 cube together, how much they are making here? 1 cube plus 2 cube is equal to 3 squared. 1 plus 8 is 9, which is nothing but 3 squared, right? This is the 3 squared. This side is 3 squared. And from 3 squared, after 3 squared, 4 squared and 5 squared, according to Pythagoras theorem, it tries to occupy 4 squared and 5 squared to the extent possible. When it reaches 16, it will be in the form of 4 square, not 16. the natural number itself. So similarly, 5 squared, when it reaches 25, it takes the form of 5 squared, not 25, the natural number. So what is the total of these three? 2, 3 squared, 2 squared. Of course, whenever 3 squared and 2 squared are formed, that is 4 square is formed, 3 squared and 4 squared come together and form 5 squared. That's how nature tries to compact its size. Yeah, I mean, make its size compact as possible. Yeah, that's what I wanted to explain for now. And yeah, then I needed to show you that before I could show the other things. So now here, this is exactly what I explained just now. 1 cube, 2 cube come together forming 3 square. 3 square, 4 square coming together to form 5 square. After 5 square, what lies after 5 square? After 5 square, what happens is, I think this is one, yeah. Here, till this point, it is 12 square. 5 square plus 12 square become 13 square. If you follow the Pythagorean theorem, 5 square is 25, 12 square is 144, 144 plus 12 of 25 is 169. So this is the 13 square. And next, what happens even later? So I have explained till here. 12 square plus 5 square has become 13 square, and after 13 squared another 12 square joins here. I mean not another 12 square, 12 plus 12, another, if you place 12 beside another 12, then what it becomes? It becomes 24 squared. If this is doubled, and 7 square comes into picture here, 24 square plus 7 squared, this is 576 I think, and this is 49, together they make 25 squared. 25 squared is nothing but 625. So what all I mean to say here, what I am driving at here is that the what do you call, yeah, Fibonacci, things in nature are not as simple as shown in the Fibonacci series, but instead they follow a complex structure like this. It goes on 1 and 2 come here, and 1 and 2 forming 3, 3 and 3, 4 forming 5, 3 square, 5 square, 4 square forming 5 square, 5 squared, 12 squared coming together to form 13 squared, and 12, another 12, one more 12 here. That is this entire structure. This entire structure will be there here, and that 12 and this 12 come together and they form 24 squared, and 24 squared plus 7 squared, when they combine, they form the 25 squared. It goes on like this. So the structure in the universe is not as simple as shown in the Fibonacci series, but it is like a twisted tornado, a twisted tornado which has not which doesn't have just one dimension. It will have basically 3 dimensions. In 3 dimensions, it goes on swirling like this, like it goes on swirling like that, and form higher and higher objects. That's what I wanted to discuss today. So the structure of the universe is not as simple as we think. I think the battery of my cell is low, so I will stop here and uh, come up with another video some other time. For now, Bye.